All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Because look, even though you feed your cat and, let's be real, you talk to them every single day, and honestly, they probably understand every word you're saying, there is a profound mystery we need to solve together right now. We live with these tiny, fascinating apex predators, but do we actually know what they're feeling? So, the big question we've got to ask right up front, and it's a question that honestly should be keeping you up at night, is this. Is your cat genuinely, deeply, blissfully happy? Or are they just comfortable and well fed? Because there is a massive difference between a cat just surviving in your living room and one that is truly flourishing in it. And here's the fundamental misunderstanding, right? Cats simply do not show happiness the way dogs do. There's no frantic tail wagging, no jumping up and down, no super obvious celebration when you walk through the front door. Instead, they speak a completely secret language. And if you don't know what to look for, you've literally been missing it every single day. So today, we are figuring this out together. We're cracking the code and counting down the top 5 signs of true feline bliss. Let's start with Section 1, Quiet Acts of Trust. Let's see how this builds, starting with the very quietest indicators that your small predator feels entirely safe. We usually expect loud, obvious celebrations, mostly because we're just culturally so used to dogs. But when a cat feels entirely safe in your home, their language is incredibly silent and subtle. They don't shout, they express joy through these quiet, beautiful acts of absolute trust. Coming in at number 5 on our countdown is this slow blink. Now, this is a really remarkable moment. You'll catch your cat staring at you with these soft, half-closed, drowsy eyes, and then they slowly close them completely before reopening them. What you're witnessing here isn't boredom, and it's not a cat falling asleep. Remember, cats evolved as both predator and prey, so for them to choose to be completely defenseless and vulnerable by closing their eyes, essentially shutting down their threat radar, while looking right at you, that is the single greatest act of trust they can give. It's basically the ultimate feline kiss. So, what do you do when this happens? Researchers have actually studied this extensively and confirmed that if you slow blink back, your cat will respond by blinking more frequently, and they might even approach you. It is a literal silent two-way conversation, so the next time this happens, whatever you do, don't look away, and please put your phone down for just 2 seconds, slow blink back. By doing this, you're translating their silence and confirming, hey, I feel safe with you, and I love you too. Moving on to number 4, it's an absolute classic. The loaf. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your cat turns into this perfect round little bakery loaf with their paws completely hidden underneath them, tail wrapped tight, eyes half shut. It's so fascinating because out in the wild, a threatened cat or even one that feels slightly unsafe will never hide its paws underneath its body. Paws are an essential escape mechanism. They keep them ready, exposed, and perfectly positioned for a quick getaway. So the absolutely crucial point here is that when your cat tucks their paws and relaxes completely into that loaf position, they are making a bold physical declaration. They have zero intention of running. They're telling you, clear as day, nothing in this house scares me. This place is mine, and I am exactly where I want to be. They completely trust the home you've built. Okay, let's move to Section 2, Deep Emotional Memory. We're shifting away from physical safety now to something that is deeply rooted in your cat's hardwired emotional memory. Number 3 is kneading. You know the exact motion, that rhythmic left-right paw pressing on your lap or on a soft blanket, almost like they're working some invisible dough. A lot of people just dismiss this. They think it's just a cute, random habit, or maybe the cat is just making a bed. But it is so much more profound than that. Take a look at this timeline. This behavior doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It literally starts on the very first day of a cat's life. Newborn kittens knead against their mother to stimulate milk production. It is fundamentally biologically hardwired to the feeling of warmth, nourishment, and total safety. So when your adult cat is kneading on your lap today, they are reaching way back into that deepest, earliest memory of pure comfort, and they're associating it directly with you. In their emotional language, you aren't just someone sitting in the room. You are their absolute ultimate source of comfort. Which brings us to Section 3, the vulnerability trap. Now, before we talk about number 2, I really need to give you a serious warning, because we are about to discuss a catastrophic mistake almost all cat owners make at some point, and it starts with the ultimate test of vulnerability, the exposed belly. This happens when your cat rolls onto their back right in front of you and stretches completely out. You look down and you see it. That soft, warm, completely unprotected, fluffy belly just sitting there on the rug. They look so peaceful and honestly, so incredibly inviting. And your hand just reaches out purely on instinct, because how could you not? I mean, it looks exactly like an invitation for a belly rub, the exact same way a golden retriever would ask for one. And suddenly, bam, it is all teeth and claws. You are bleeding, the cat has scrambled 3 rooms away, and you are just left sitting on the floor completely confused. Why did that happen? Because you completely misread the signal. So why the sudden trap? Well, the biology behind the behavior tells the whole story. The belly contains a cat's unprotected vital organs. Out in the wild, exposing it means you are either in extreme distress or you trust your environment absolutely. So exposing the belly is a display of emotional safety. It is not an invitation to pet them. It's the ultimate compliment of trust. So the very next time they do this, remember, the correct response is usually just a warm, soft verbal acknowledgement. Just let them have their moment of feeling perfectly safe.
All right, moving to section 4, the highest feline compliment.
Now we are escalating to the absolute highest compliment a cat can possibly give. We're moving from silent body language to active, vocal engagement. Our number 1 sign of absolute feline bliss is chirping and chattering directly at you. Now, you've probably heard your cat chirp at a bird through the window, that rapid, mechanical, little short-circuiting sound, ink, ink, ink. But some cats will do this not at a bird, but right at you while you're just existing in your house, walking down the hall or pouring your morning coffee. A stressed or lonely cat simply will not do this. As the quote perfectly sums up, it means, "I find you fascinating." It's the sound of an emotionally secure, deeply connected cat deciding that you, a large, clumsy, very slow primate, are genuinely interesting, and they want to interact with you in the absolute most expressive vocal way they have. If your cat chirps at you, you are loved in a language most people never get to hear. Finally, section 5, answering your cat. The slow blink, that trusting loaf, the deep emotional memory of needing, the exposed belly without any fear, and that special vocal chirp meant only for you. These aren't just quirks. They are an ancient, incredibly precise language your cat has been speaking to you this entire time. The only question left, now that you finally understand this beautiful secret code of feline bliss, is what are you going to say back?